Okay, let's do this thing. Hi everyone, again, my name is Kaylee. I am not only a patient of Krengel Dental's, but I have actually been the videographer and photographer for them for the past year and a half, almost 2 years. So I figured what better way to bring you on my Invisalign journey and talk about it than to make a video. So with that being said, let's dive into it. So I started Invisalign in January of 2021 and I finished in June of 2022. So what I'm gonna do is just bring you guys through my Invisalign journey, talk about why I started Invisalign, what the process was, my likes, my dislikes, a little bit about the cost, and then I'll wrap it up with, was it worth it or not? So why did I start Invisalign? As you can see from my before and after pictures, my bottom teeth were becoming pretty crowded. So at one of my checkups, Dr. Krengel had mentioned to me Invisalign and asked me if I was interested in doing Invisalign. He more so was concerned about my bite. It wasn't necessarily for cosmetic reasons, but he was telling me that my bite was out of alignment and it was only going to continue to get worse the older that I got. So he encouraged me to fix it now rather than later. The Invisalign process.
Like this? Is this like part of the procedure? Or are you just trying to do this for fun?
So what you do first is get scheduled for an appointment. You go in, get your scans done, and they'll also take your before pictures of your teeth. You'll come back in a couple of weeks when your aligners have arrived, and that appointment is when you get your attachments on. The attachments are like little clear cubes that really no one else can tell that they're on your teeth, but what they do is they'll put them on your teeth and then they help the aligners stay in place, and then they also help shift your teeth. I think I had 6 on the top and 6 on the bottom. It is different for every patient. It depends on your smile, how long they think you're gonna have your aligners. I've heard some people having them on literally every single tooth that they have, and I've also heard of people having less than I did. So it really just depends on the patient. So you get your attachments on, and then you'll be presented with this very nice, sleek Invisalign box. It just includes a little holder for your aligners, and then it also comes with some cleaning crystals. And then your actual Invisalign aligners will come in this box. And normally you would have much more, but obviously I'm done with mine. But this is what it looks like, and it just will tell you 2 of 4, 3 of 4, 4 of 4, etc. So that's what your aligners and everything will come in. When I started, I was wearing my aligners for 2 weeks at a time, and then as I got farther into the process, I went down to 10 days, and then about the last 6 months, I was wearing them for only a week at a time. Okay, likes and dislikes about Invisalign. If you can imagine, the dislikes list is much larger than the likes list, but I continue to remind myself that it is all going to be worth it in the end. Let's start with likes. I did lose a little bit of weight over my Invisalign journey simply because I could not snack and/or just didn't eat as often as I normally would, because I did not want to go through the process of cleaning my teeth, cleaning my aligners, taking them in, putting them back out, doing all of that. So that was a like, and yeah, that's pretty much it. As for the dislikes, I am a coffee drinker, and I also like to sip on my coffee throughout the entire morning, and coffee stains the aligners really, really bad. I would have to limit the time that I would have my coffee in the morning. This is probably a good thing, but I couldn't bite my nails. My hygienist always tells me, do not use your teeth as tools. and I would frequently do that. So again, I didn't like that, but it was more of an inconvenience for me. And probably my biggest dislike was just keeping your aligners clean. It was just an extra task that was always added on to certain parts of my day. Again, it was just inconvenient, but worth it in the end. Okay, so here are some of the most frequently asked questions that I got asked while having Invisalign. The number one question that I got asked was, can you eat with them in? And the answer is no. You simply just take them out whenever you're ready to have a meal, and then you go and floss your teeth, brush your teeth, and then you can put your aligners back in. Can you drink with Invisalign in? Clear beverages are fine, water, soda waters, bubblies, things like that. But basically any darker liquids like coffee, or if you're drinking like a darker soda, those are a big no-no because they definitely will stain your aligners very quickly. Do you talk funny? In the beginning, yes. I do remember probably for the first couple of weeks, I would say, I kind of had a little bit of a lisp, but you get used to it and you end up talking normally very quickly. Do your teeth hurt? Usually mine would hurt the first day that I would go from one aligner to the next. It would usually hurt that first day. And then the next day, I couldn't even tell that I had switched aligners. So yes, for maybe 24 hours, not even. And then the rest of that time period with those aligners is totally fine. How soon did I start seeing results? I started seeing results around 8 to 10 weeks. I noticed the biggest shift in my bottom teeth, which was where the biggest shift needed to happen. So that was exciting to see that. And probably the most frequently asked question was, how much does it cost? I am not going to touch too much on this subject because it really does depend on the patient, their smile, whether or not they've had braces before, their bite. There's so many factors that go into how long that you could be on your Invisalign journey that it really is, again, unique to each patient. The way that I looked at it was, it's an investment. It's an investment into your oral health, and I am a photographer, videographer. I'm in front of the camera, I'm behind the camera. I work face-to-face with people every day. So to me, it was an investment that was definitely worthwhile. Which brings me into my final point of, was it worth it? And 100% absolutely yes, it was totally worth it. Would I do it again? I wouldn't want to do it again, but I would if I had to. I am so happy with my results. I feel so confident in my smile and while I'm talking to people and in pictures, and I couldn't be happier with my results. My Krengel Dental team was so amazing. They were with me the entire time through my journey, always giving me tips, always answering my questions, and they were just amazing, and I just cannot thank them enough. And that's it. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and if you have any questions about Invisalign, you can visit krengeldental.com or ask your hygienist at your next visit, and they will be happy to talk to you in detail about anything you want to know.